what would be your both of your biggest takeaway since you both watched the replay?
Just, staying focused on me, So I think that's what everybody wants in life, is just to take time out and
Yeah.
to recharge their battery, and just to really focus on themselves for a second and not worry about everything around you. So
Good. I'm so glad that, knowing the importance. How about you, Adele?
For me, I think, we so discount the value of ourselves, and, we owning what we deserve and what we don't deserve, is really up to us and not what others tell us. So for me, that's a hard thing to, okay, that's got to be on the acceptance list. What does that look like for me? What's then possible if I let go of that, and where to from there. So yeah.
Sounds like you both resonated. So, yes, Lee, would you like to add something?
No, I just I've got background, so I don't want to interrupt the recording. So I'll put it on mute occasionally when it gets louder in here.
That's okay. It's a small group of us. That's what I love about. We can focus on each other.
Yep.
Fantastic. Sounds like you both agree and resonate with each other's takeaway that it's important to put ourselves first, because I'm doing the demonstration. It's like the rubber band. We get stretched this week, but when we are going back to ourselves, like if we were not going to have this community, when we go back to ourselves, what would happen? Or we continue to keep ourselves stretching, but on your own or with others at the same time. Okay. All right. Alicia is here. All right. Seems like today is equal. We have 2 American and 2 Australian here. Alicia just joining us. Yeah. All right. Okay. Hey, Alicia.
Hey.
Meet Lee and Adele. I think you met Adele on Monday. Lee is from America Central. Cool.
Nice to meet you.
Fantastic. So, Alicia, would be your second time doing this challenge. What would be the reason you want to come back and do it second time again?
Oh, I need all the help I can get.
Yeah. Because last month is not the same of today. So it's
Exactly.
Because the growth that you have, experienced is so amazing, isn't it? Okay. Now, so Adele and Lee share that, it's so important to put time to invest in ourselves. What would be your thought of that, or your experience so far, that putting yourself first? Alicia, what would be what have been your experience like?
With putting myself first?
Yeah.
Well, at first it felt impossible. But then each time I did it, it felt a little more natural, and easier, and right. It felt right also.
Fantastic. When you say you feel right, what have you noticed the differences when you felt it's right for me? I think I just put in word in your mouth, but it feels right for myself. What do you notice the differences when you feel right?
Well, at first I felt guilty, but then I know that when I am happier and more fulfilled, then the people around me get to benefit from a happier version of myself, and they feel better.
That's beautiful. And who's here have felt guilty when we put time for ourselves or looking after put ourselves first, isn't it? It's all the conditioning which I mentioned in day one, as some of you watch the recording. All right. So what more important, as we said, we know we have the awareness, we have the recognition and knowing to make the transformation. As I said, the rubber band that do it once? Is it enough? Or we have to continue to put on the positive change? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share a video. Okay, it's the water video. Have you guys heard of Masaru Emoto, the Japanese water experiment? Okay, good. So this is going to be so good for us that let's see what's really happened. So with an open mind, watch this video, and then we'll come back and to do this discussion.
This next series of photographs are the work of Japanese researcher Mr. Masaru Emoto from his book, The Message from Water. Mr. Emoto's work provides factual evidence that human vibrational energy, thoughts, words, ideas, and music affect the molecular structure of water. Please remember that water comprises over 70% of a mature human body and covers the same amount on our planet. Water is the very source of all life. This photo shows the beautifully formed geometric design of the Yushi Spring water. This next photo is from the Shimanto River, the last clean spring in Japan. Notice the extraordinary geometric forms. The fact that the molecular structure of water can be affected by our consciousness, our intent, and our sounds is extremely important. This photo is from the Mount Cook Glacier in New Zealand. Mr. Emoto has been visually documenting these molecular changes in water by means of his photographic techniques. He freezes droplets of water, then examines them under a dark field microscope that has photographic capabilities. His work clearly demonstrates the diversity of the molecular structure of water and the effects of the environment upon the structure of the water. This photo is from the fountain in Lourdes, France. This photo is from contaminated water from the Yodo River in Japan. In this photo, we can compare the contaminated water with clean stream water. Look at the difference. Mr. Emoto decided to see what effects music would have upon the structure of water. He placed distilled water between two speakers for several hours while playing different music and then photographing the crystals that formed after the water was frozen. This photo is of water being exposed to Beethoven's Pastorale. This photo is the effect of Bach's Air for the G string on the water. This photo is water exposed to Chopin's Farewell Song. This next photo is water being exposed and affected to music that was designed for healing. This photo is of water being exposed to the Kawachi folk dance. This photo shows the effect of heavy metal music upon the water. Here now we can compare the effects of healing versus heavy metal music and what happens to the water molecules. Mr. Emoto decided to see how thoughts and words affected the formation of untreated distilled water crystals by typing words onto paper and then taping this paper onto glass bottles overnight. This photo shows the effects of the words, "Thank you." This next photo shows the effects of the words, "love" and "appreciation." This photo shows the effects of the words, "You make me sick, I will kill you." And here we can compare the effects of "thank you" with the "you make me sick, I will kill you." Very, very different geometric forms being incurred through the intention. Now this photo is of a very polluted and toxic water from the Fujiwara Dam. Here now is the same water from the Fujiwara Dam after a Buddhist monk had offered a prayer over it. Prayer, that sound coupled with intention, seems to have an extraordinary ability of restoring water to its natural, harmonious, geometric symmetry. And in this photo we can compare the toxic water and then the effects of praying over the water.
That was quick for the 5 minutes video. All right. So what did you guys get out of the video? Just feel free to unmute and then share.
Environment's everything.
And Ram is everything. Any more?
Everything has frequency and connection.
Mhm.
It listens.
Anything else?
What I want to say is related, but slightly different aspect.
It's okay.
Okay. I chose a honeycomb as my logo for my real estate.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to do a typical house outline. And I was reading up on honeycomb, and it was saying that you can find honeycomb in snowflakes structure. And so I was just like looking at all the beautiful ones had honeycombs in it. And there was just so much written up about that shape, about being like structurally the strongest and safest, and bees knew it before any mathematician did. And I just want like honeycomb everything now.
Just like
And
you. So sweet.
when I was in the Cheesecake Factory last week, we were in a section of the restaurant that was actually a honeycomb. And I just felt like it was my happy place.
You know, the shape of the water is also like the shapes that we've had for thousands of years.
Yeah.
The tree of life, the tree of love.
Right.
Yeah, okay. So it's amazing. It's amazing. So I remember I told you about water and crystals.
Yeah.
You don't put the crystals in the water, you sit in the water, and your emotion is different. When you put the crystals in, remember, it changes, it shifts. So if you're angry, the water feels like you just don't want to be in the bath. Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
But you now experience that. Yeah.
Right. Water, H2O. When we look at the molecules, when we look at chemistry, when we look at mathematical, structure, the hexagon, how is it that it actually infiltrated every single body cell of ours? So that's why I say, no matter how many times you have done this challenge, every time you come back, something new. So Lee, welcome to this amazing community. And we are sure you're going to have something very special to take away. So let's focus on ourselves first, because what Adele and Lee shared this morning is they watched the replay yesterday. They both resonated is we need to put ourselves first. It's not selfish. Okay. And today, what we're going to really want to focus is like our body, mind, and spirit. And what Dr. Emoto, the basic idea of sharing that is how water respond to us when we kindly spoken to them or when we were not. And imagine, no need to imagine like Alicia just drinking water and getting herself hydrated. What are the percentage of water? What are the containment of like the percentage of our body contain water or liquid, if we want to talk about blood more precise? What are the percentage?
80%, 80.
Yeah, depending on which school of thought you came from as well, from science, natural path, chemistry, is between 65 to 80, which is not going to be wrong. And we know that if we have a huge amount of blood loss from our body, we're not going to survive. So could you imagine, like, I know Anna loved to do this. She loved to do mirror work when she worked with our girls. It's like Alicia will have experienced that. Look into the mirror. Look at yourself. What do you say to yourself? Imagine when you say kind word to yourself, how would you feel? It's not just your emotion. How would your physiological respond? How would your mind respond? And how many of us as a teenager would just look at the mirror and say, gosh, what's wrong with you? Anyone? I used to say, oh, I wish my cheek is not as fat. I wish my eyes is bigger like you Caucasian. The Chinese like to play with this. Okay. So what do you think when we started practicing saying kind word or loving word to ourselves, what would you respond? How would you respond to this? Go on, Anna.
Well, kindness. You have to be kind to yourself. We tend to be so critical of ourselves. We tend to admonish, berate, belittle our own. We do it ourselves. We don't get other people to do it. Right?
Mhm.
Be kind to yourself. All right. Telling yourself that you're a good person is not you are. Unless very few people are terrible people. And they've become terrible because they don't like themselves. Could you imagine if they had a little bit of love for themselves, how different they would be? And this is coming from a person who's been an aggressor, working in security for too many years. It really makes you so self-aware. I don't have to be that. I don't choose to be that. Right? I like myself. And I don't, that person that I have been is still part of me because I've had to survive. Everyone who's gone through trauma goes into survival mode. It's just ingrained. However, slowly, that kindness, even the way I sit to the way I move now, is soft. It's gentle. I'd really like to look like a ballerina, but them's the breaks.
But what Anna said is just just hit the nail on the head. None of us are born being aggressive or born being angry. Just think about your very first memory. Was it a happy memory or angry memory? But your environment is that building that we joke around yesterday, like Anna make the men tremble in the boardroom. But I'm sure she wasn't like this at the beginning.
No.
But when it came to being able to survive in those environments, it's just like Adele. She got her camera off. She's in the building industry. What's the majority of the people are there?
They're dicks.
Excuse the language. But that's what we meant by
It's
yesterday.
a statement. It's a statement. They are.
Yeah. Okay. So it takes not just one day, but many days. So that's what we call that being conditioned. And Anna will acknowledge it. It takes some time. She's very gracious. I just spent a whole long weekend with her. And very gracious and gentle, in fact, deep down in her heart. She got a big, soft heart. But what we're trying to understand is if we have been continuing to saying negative stuff to ourselves, what would be our thinking? No one's going around and say to myself, Catherine, you're so ugly. You're so ugly. But in here, if we're so used to it, what goes through here? It's just automatic. You believe it. And unfortunately, if anyone have experienced domestic violence, you understand that it's not physical, it's emotional. That you've been lied to so many times, you believe that is the truth. But today, we're not going there. But even just within ourselves, how could we make that little shift, 1 millimeter per day, to do this stretching and moving forward? Okay, so let me show you guys a diagram. I love using diagram.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys can see this?
Yeah.
The reason you guys are here, you would like to obtain love and joy. So who's here like, nah, that's not me. I don't want joy and love in my life. Anyone? No, right? Everyone would want to experience love and joy. But in our conscious mind on a daily basis, how often when we first woke up, we say, wow, it's a great day. I'm full of love. I'm filled with love and filled with joy every moment of my life. How often we have that? Or when we first woke up, our conscious mind say, action. What do I need to do today? What's my plan today? I need to get up and make breakfast. I need to get up and get this kid out. I need to do this and that. So in our conscious mind, what do we
Yep.
need to do? Okay. It's just like Alicia share. It is selfish to put myself first, because often
No.
what happens is this is what we taught. It become our personal belief or cultural belief. If you put yourself first, you're selfish, because that's what we taught and been conditioned. Especially no matter which culture you came from. I often say, for Chinese, we were taught that you don't belong to yourself. Anyone heard that? You're
Yeah.
part of the family. You put the family first. Anna culture and my culture are very similar. Anyone would like to share, like, yep, doesn't matter. I'm Caucasian American, that we were taught that put yourself first is a selfish matter.
Yeah.
Okay. So it become in our subconscious. So this iceberg model is saying that 95, the top iceberg here, the 5% on top of the water above the sea level, is our conscious mind. But often what happens is the 95% is our subconscious mind and the unconscious. And what happened in the unconscious? Between 0 to 7 of our age. Remember, Anna said, no one born of like being angry.
No.
I know baby, when they first come out, they cry because we need to make sure that their lungs are filled with air after they come out of the tummy, of the mommy tummy, right? So often between 0 and 7, there's a lot of formation of our beliefs are formed, because we are just like a piece of white paper. And unfortunately, like some of us might have experienced trauma. Now, we can talk about trauma and so forth, but the fact is, it's not that necessary we have to experience abuse or any other form of accident and things like that. Nowadays, in psychology field, we like to talk about the big T and the small t. The small t could be as simple as like my dad, used to tell people, Catherine is my beggar child, literally in Chinese, means this is my poor daughter. Because they don't put you up, they put you down. And I remember I cried so badly when he did that in public. But everyone was fine. Everyone said, it's okay, your dad didn't mean that. This is the way it is. This is the way of life. I was like, can you imagine as a 6-year-old girl when you recognize that? But that's what he just said. That's what he just told you. Like Lee is baffled, but this is culturally. But that was my trauma. I'm poor.
I'd have pushed him down the stairs.
Well, actually, I forgive him for that because he didn't know better. That's how he was brought up as well. But this is one of the very reasons that I'm standing here, no matter what culture, what age group you came from. For our generation here, I have the opportunity to be awakened. And I have the opportunity, very blessed, to walk with you ladies on this path, to journey on with you. So no one is responsible to our life except you. So today's is it the day that you choose you?
Absolutely. Absolutely. No one else will do it.
Yep. Okay. Now I'm going to pick on Anna. It's just like yesterday, some of you watched the call, she shared. It's like Alicia. When Alicia first came in the container, Catherine, what's that Anna doing here? She's so confident. We can, right? We just look at Anna. She's just so confident. She just calm, have her hair tied up, no makeup on, in fact. And she's just so confident. I said, yep. All of us come in the container for different reasons. It's the healing. She has been conditioned that she is responsible. Even though she's not the eldest, she was born into an Eastern European family. How old were you? You were 10 or 8 when your mom said, you're 8. You're going to look after your brother and sister and you're going to cook for us.
It was 10.
Yeah.
It was 10. But I was 4 when my mother put my baby sister in my arms and she said, she is your life. That was it.
4 years old. Could you imagine that?
Yeah. So I still remember her being put in my arms, and my brother was also told the same thing. So between the two of us, we used to fight. If he hit her, I'd hit him. If I hit her, he would hit me. And, but we both took care of her. All right. So when I turned 10, it was, no, It didn't matter that I was studying. It didn't matter, you know, even through high school, I had to have food cooked, clothes done, even through exams, and go and pick up my sister and take care of my brother and take care of my mum and dad. And then when the aunties called. So it was always on the go.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So as you see, no matter what culture you came from, when you were told that you're responsible, you feel you're responsible for everyone. Till today, if I was going out with Anna, my husband would not worry about a thing. Because Calvin, who's my darling husband, know that if anyone want to come after me, Anna will jump right in front of me and make sure that person will lie flat on the ground. And we are this confident in Anna. And I'm sure Alicia, even in America, she knows that. All right. So doesn't matter which area of life you want to work on. Now, Anna acknowledged that because of that upbringing, it's not a bad thing, looking out for others.
No, not at all. No.
But her boundary being blurred. She put everyone else first, except herself. And I take my hats off to Anna. She has made some very difficult decision to really draw the line, even when putting herself first. Okay, so I'm wondering, for the rest of the ladies, what do you think? I mean, you know, be honest. I know 5 days is a lot of time, but actually it's not that long as well. So what area in your life right now that you really would like to start working on? Be gentle with us. We can't work on all areas of life, but when we start with one, it is transferable to others. So what would be that one area of your life you would like to focus on? Because yesterday you learned about the pattern, awareness, recognition, and transformation. Today we're going to put on a new way of doing for you to look after yourself. So what do you think that one thing you would like to focus on this week? Because what is more important is you want to accelerate that. It's like our another sister in the container, Christine. She is a investor, property investor. But it took her a long time to acknowledge that. It was just about 2 months ago. She was like, right, I'm no longer telling people that I'm a full-time teacher. I'm actually a full-time investor. And she accelerated within the 12 months. It was amazing what she has accomplished for herself. Yeah. She has been trying to do that. She said, Catherine, the 12 months that I spent with you guys, I've done more than in the last 10 years, what I tried to accomplish on my own. Isn't that amazing?
We can't do this stuff on our own, guys. It's not that you know, someone says, oh, but I raised my kids on my own. I did too. I had a partner and I still raised them. 120 hours, dropping the kids off, bringing them back home, doing all the stuff. I'm running boardroom meetings, running meetings in the toilet. It's wherever I could, I had to do it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it doesn't have to be that way. You know, I got your back. Alyssa, you know I got your back. You got my back. If I've got problems, I can pick up the phone. If you remember, you hit the thing, you're worried, and everybody responded. You don't get that anywhere. I can't sit down with my girlfriends, have a conversation with them, because, you know, if I started crying, they would, oh, there's something wrong here. Anna's crying. Oh, I've got to go somewhere, because, you know, Anna's the one that listens to us. Right? It's vulnerability. When we're vulnerable, because we're such strong women, or when we talk about what's hurting us, people just are uncomfortable, and they shouldn't be.
Exactly. Beautiful. Yeah. Yep. That's why we have each other back. Absolutely. All right. So when I say we want to accelerate, we're actually going to do the opposite, to slow down. Okay, because us women are very good. I'm one of the couple as well. My mind used to be going like this. Isn't it? Who's here minds has never, right? No, we all have. So what we're going to do right now, as well for those who are watching replay or Adele while you're still driving, please do not do this exercise. You can listen to the replay because I'm going to help you guys to rewiring your brain. We're going to do meditation. Who's here haven't done meditation before? No? Okay. But who's here actually when once you close your eyes and you have all these millions of tasks that, oh, I need to do this after this meditation. I need to go and see my friend. I need to, right? So it doesn't matter. What more important, this is actually Joe Dispenza. Anyone heard of Joe Dispenza before? This is big
Yep.
guru about meditation. If you Google Joe, Dispenza, Lee, he is actually in America. He is the leading, I would say he's a scientist in meditation. He himself, I actually very lucky went to his retreat in Poland just off February. Actually, it wasn't that long ago. It seems like so long ago. He himself said that I also wander away during meditation of my mind. But as long as we have awareness, remember, when you're aware, you recognize what you're doing, you bring yourself back. And the more you do it, that shift your mind get to that much quicker and faster. And I'm sure Anna could tell you that because at first you said, you want me to sit there, what? Do nothing. But now, once you close your eyes, because in a way, we said condition is not good, but when we positively condition ourselves, it just get like that.
Straight away. Yeah.
Straight away.
Yeah.
But it took times, right, Anna? So we had to attest that it's not like we are so genius, just we close our eyes and focus, okay? It takes time, all right? But what we're going to do is I'll guide you through and help you to do something very basic. We always start from the basic first, all right? So Lee, have you done any meditation before or some form?
Very randomly.
Very randomly, yeah. Okay. It's okay. We're going to start this. As I said, we just add one new thing a day. And then after this, you have 5 different tooth in your tooth box.
Okay.
And how to move forward. But any questions so far? I think I just ramble because I just love what I'm doing. And I want to give more to you guys. But any questions so far before we start?
No.
Okay, good. And what will happen is, because when remember I show you the iceberg model, we are conscious right now. But when we close our eyes trying to meditate, we go into our unconscious. Okay, we go underneath our conscious level. It's all right if you are seeing light, seeing different mission, it's normal, which is really that it's great that you're gifted in those areas. It's just that we don't give ourselves that opportunity enough to do this. Okay, this is going to help us to accelerate our rewiring because in the neural pathway, we have already formed a lot of negative neural pathway. The way we spoke to ourselves negatively, we form negative neural pathway. But when we're doing something different or something new, you are forming the new neural pathway. So even though you might have negative thought all the time, but once you're doing more the positive, you will counteract that. The negative neural pathway doesn't disappear because it's already formed in our brain. Imagine if we just say it disappear means we can lose our memory. Could you imagine you don't remember your loved one? No, you will have that, but how do we counteract that? Okay, now let's get you ready. Sit comfortably in your chair or feel free to lie in the ground. Doesn't matter, but more comfortably, more importantly, that I can see you on the screen so I know where you are at. So maybe we have a sip of water. And then get ready. Make sure that we hydrate. Keep ourselves hydrating. So this is called grounding meditation. So when you feel comfortable, you might want to keep your eyes closed. And let's breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Slowly take note of your sensation from your tailbones, from the back of your tailbones. And as you breathe in, expand your belly and slowly fill up to your lungs, to the top of your head, and take notice of any sensation around your body. As you breathe out, Feel the energy coming down from the top of your head, slowly contracting your belly and squeeze out the air in your lungs to your tailbones. And repeat this process slowly as I guide you through. Breathe in and experience this sensation from the tailbones to your belly, to your lungs, to the top of your head. And feel that. Is there any energy of tingling sensation around your body? As you breathe out, feel the energy coming down from the top of your head and slowly squeezing the air out from your lungs to your belly, to your tailbones, and relax. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Let's do it once more. Let's take notice from your tailbone as you breathe in. Expand your belly and your lungs as much as you could to the top of your head and feel the energy surrounding your body and feel it. It's okay whether there's anything in your mind or not. Either let them go or let them stay. As you breathe out, feel the energy coming down from the top of your head, slowly contracting your belly and squeeze out the air from your lungs down to your tailbone. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Now let's visualize there's some roots growing from the bottom of your feet, deep, deep into the earth core. Just visualize that from both of your feet, there are roots growing into the ground, growing deep into the core of the earth as you grounding yourself from the ground and seeing this tree trunk growing from the bottom of your spine as you reach out and punching through to the layers of the earth and feel the anchoring, the deep anchoring to the place. As your core grows and you split into wide as your hips. Imagine the red earth energy from the roots of your feet are moving up the front of your body as you breathe in slowly and breathe out slowly to release the brown color negative energy down and back out from your body. Release this unwanted energy out through your grounding core and back into the earth. Slowly breathe in and breathe out. And again, seeing the roots that growing from the bottom of your feet deep into the core of the earth as you grounding yourself deep into the ground and seeing the tree trunk as growing as wide as your hips and allow it plunge through to the layer of the earth to anchor yourself in with this strong foundation. And imagine the red color energy from the earth moving up in front of your body as you breathe. This strong and red energy throughout your body. And as you breathe out, release the brown color, the negative energy down the back of your body, release this unwanted energy back into the earth. Slowly breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. As you slowly breathe in and breathe out, take note of the emotion that you're experiencing right now. You could use just one word to describe this emotion. And take notice which part of the body it's coming from. And allow this energy radiate throughout to the rest of your body. And experience this positive vibe and the energy surrounding your body. It could be a sensation, it could be some tingling, or it could be some warmth or heat from inside out, or just a thin layer outside your body. And when you're ready, you might slowly come back into the room. Well, when we are waiting for others, would you like to type in and share with us what was that emotion, that feelings as you finish your meditation? Type into the chat and share with us. Or simply just describe how you feel right now after the meditation. Oh, Alicia, that's great that you feel expansive. But what's happening? Feel free to share.
Well, I was just, I don't know why, I was remembering being in university and just I felt the best in my life then, like hopeful, and expansive, and safe, and part of something, and then the grieving feeling was like, I don't know, like hoping to get back to that feeling, or like letting go what's happened in between, or it's just like a, two parts to the feeling.
Congratulations, you're actually doing some integration work.
Oh.
Anna, how did you feel?
I think I'm very happy for Melissa, because it's part of her spiritual growth.
Exactly.
It's okay to grieve, honey, because it helps you grow. It does. Grief does help you grow.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I'm glad that you had a great time. Yeah, sorry, Anna.
Called reflection, honey. When you reflect and feel.
Yes, I'm glad that you had one of the best time at uni. I would still say that I actually also had one of my best of my time at uni when I was young.
Yeah, you would have the best time anywhere, honey.
I might change my title to be the play coach instead of the life coach, eh? Because over the weekend, the ladies like, all the places that you've taken us, Catherine, is all the good food and all the fun that we had.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's focus on Alicia. Because in between, we are growing up. We're no longer that innocent as we step into the workforce. Our friends have dispersed, especially in America. How many of you moved state and you're actually from Canada and moved to America, isn't it? So it's actually very common in the state, people moving interstate from West Coast to East Coast to East Coast to Central, isn't it, Lee? Whether in Australia, that's how far we can go. It's like either up to Queensland or south to Melbourne. Sorry, Adele, I know you're in Perth, but people seldom move west here. Yeah, but as we grieve is because, there is something that I'm missing. I have not carried that forward. But now when you recognize it, this is just how I feel at the moment, Alicia. I might not be right or wrong, but how I feel is like, wow, where was that part of me that I'm not constantly recognizing in my everyday life now? You had fun when I was in Vegas. You took me out. We had so much fun. I'm sure the same Alicia at uni that will know how to Remember, I look at you, say, are you kidding me? You're carrying puppy and jumping because we went to Red Watley, like we did some hiking. She was carrying her pet dog, and all these formation of rocks, you're just jumping from one to the next, and this old bone is like, I just don't want to fall. And I was like, where is that coming from? Oh, my family used to own an island. That's what I did when I was young. And she did not tell us. She lived on an
Well, they
island.
still own it. We should do a retreat there one time.
I did
Oh.
ask for that several months ago. Like,
So
okay.
for me, Catherine, it's
Yes.
more, you know, how you say a word or a feeling, but it's more of, for me, it's more like a breeze. I don't know how to explain it. Like a moment in time where you're sitting next to a lake and you feel that breeze, and so it's like a reflection in so many ways. So that's to me where you're able to just not think, not do, not move, not, you know, you're just focused on one thing, but then the feeling is more of a memory or an experience. And so that's what I try to do, is just go into a memory. So like a breeze.
Okay.
a
Yes.
snapshot,
A good memory.
A snapshot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So something that brings calm. But see, so you say calm, oh, I feel calm, but then it's not really calm. It's more than calm.
It's
So
a
you can't,
place. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
place that takes you back to
right.
when you felt right.
Right,
Yes.
exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
So there's
Yeah.
not really one word for it.
No.
So
No.
And everyone's word is different, Lee.
Mm,
Everyone's word is
Yeah.
different.
It's good. I'm glad that it's not only just one word, Lee, because sometimes some of us have difficulty in describing our emotion. That's another part of exercise that we do. But like I was going to ask you, because as I said, you know, keep your camera open so I know where you guys are at. You are so centered, and you said you just did it here and there. You look so experienced as a, you know, as we go through the meditation. Some people will be like, what's going on? Open your eye, what is Catherine doing? But you are just so centered. What you described to me just now, like you brought yourself back to a time. It's not just calm, but the peace and stillness. And it was amazing. That's part why your form, you were so, like, seriously, go back and watch the recording. We always tell our girls, go back to the recording when you first start joining the group. Look at your expression and today's expression. But today I saw that was this stillness. If I'm wrong, just let me know. Like, it wasn't still, just calm, Catherine. That's fine, because it's our own experience. But you were so still and centered. And I really would encourage you to do that, because we often say we don't have the time. But how wrong is it, ladies? Anna and Alicia, when you even just spend 10 minutes each day to meditate, how much more sharpness you have in your everyday work or relationship with others? Anyone? Was Catherine lying? Like that 10 minutes of meditation.
Sometimes we don't call it meditation, Lee, because for me, as Catherine will tell you, I said to her, I don't know how to meditate, but I've learned to center on my breath. When I center on my breath, I pause, I keep still. And then inside, I'm going through the breathing and just the stillness. And when I exhale, I let go of the negative thoughts. Okay. And then this way, it just keeps me calm. But it also gives me time to pause. Because what we don't do in this life is breathe. And people laugh and they go, if you don't breathe, you die. No, honey. This is a breath.
Yeah.
In your life. So
yeah,
that's how I've learned. So yeah.
It's very true. Yes, we breathe, but most of us, the industrialized people, breathe is like you do like this. How many of us work on a computer? You feel like at the end of your shoulder, a day, your shoulder is like so tense. I need a massage. It's not just
forget, it's here. This part here also needs to be taken care of. So when we expand that, Yeah, it's not just the soldiers,
Yeah.
shoulders, but it's everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So what happened is most of us only breathe, take up 60% of the capacity of our lungs. So what Anna just now saying that imagine you just breathe, just feel like put your arm on your chest here. Just feel like breathe in the air till there and stop. You feel that it's not expanding fully. But when you allow yourself to breathe, when I say when you breathe, put your hand on your tummy. And if your tummy coming out, the woman says, no, I don't want to see my tummy. No, it's not. When you breathe and your tummy come out, which means you're expanding, taking the full capacity of your lungs and expanding your diaphragm, and which means you're expanding your chest as well. All right. And not just that, you're also exercising your internal organs. Because imagine the tension. Do you think it's only our mind and our heart experiencing the tension? No, your whole body. It's just like the water experiments video. Our whole body experience when you say it, down to every single cell of your body can hear what you say to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So even the breathing, the H2O, we need water, but the O2, the oxygen, is also very important. Breathe slowly. At first, some people, when I taught them to do even relaxation breathing, they breathe so fast that they feel dizzy. What happens when you have too much O2 in your brain? What does your brain produce then?
God.
The CO2. That's where the dizziness. You start to have headache. And people say, Catherine, I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want headache. I already have headache. I say, okay, please give me another chance. Breathe slowly. Even breathing is an art. And it's the grace when you feel the breathing slowly expanding and the graciousness. So what brought us more is to, as we almost finish, you're not getting away so easily. Remember, I'm going to help you to stretch. And just like the rubber band, every day I'm going to give you guys stretching. Okay. The reason I asked you to describe that word, the feeling in one word, I would actually like to encourage you guys to make that as a statement, as an affirmation statement. I'm calm, or I'm breeze. Is that right? Is that leave? It's like a breeze. Okay. To think about that, your homework for the, I hope that will be continuation for you. That is to have positive word that you could say to yourself. And Anna will ask, could we look into a mirror and do that? Yes, of course. So let's look at the booklet on page 4, I believe, in your book day 2, page 5. Can you see our mind? Our mind actually is not embedded in our body, not just our brain, but it's more the universes. As we are doing this as a connective, you can feel our energy as well. Even people say, "Oh, Zoom is so bad that you can't see people's faces," but you'll be amazed the amount of energy that we expand and feeling the connection. I would say all these years I've been doing online delivery is actually not much different. But of course, when we see face to face, I can punch Anna when she teases me. That's the difference I have. No. Okay. So our mind, remember, what we think does affect what we say to ourselves, and does affect our emotion, our heart. Okay. But what more that we actually don't talk more about is in our daily life is like the intelligence in our gut. What we say to ourselves impact us. How many of us actually, when we feel anxious, have stomach ache or feeling your tummy crumble? Mm-hmm. Because behind our stomach, that's a whole knot of nerves are behind that. That's why when we say we need to do public speaking, I feel so much butterfly in my tummy. Okay, but right now, as I said, we just focus on that because the gut also produces 95% of serotonin, the happy hormone in our body, and so is dopamine. Okay, and actually you can Google all those 4 hormones: dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, and endorphin. So right now we focus on our mind and our heart right now, because we often can say something. How many of us, I would be saying I'm the guilty one. Sometimes I would say something and didn't really truly mean it because I don't feel it. Okay, so I would like to have you guys to set up today. In your booklet, probably there will be the next page on page 6 will be a blank page. So through your meditation, how would you describe it? Maybe use that I am still, I'm compassion, I am calm as your affirmation for this week. Because there's a time and season, we need to change the affirmation. Otherwise, it'll be just like, I'm calm, I'm still. You just walk around and saying that like a zombie, and it won't change. Okay. So, what would be the 3 words that you will use as your affirmation for this week? I'm beautiful, I'm powerful. It's up to you. If you need some help, I'm here to help you. Or just thinking about when Alicia shared, I used to feel guilty when I'm doing something for yourself. Then I'll put another picture for you. When your little girl was upset, when a little girl was crying right in front of you, what would you do?
Give her a hug.
Exactly. So when your own little girl in you are upset or not knowing what to do, what would you do for yourself? Okay. So think of the 3 words that you would use as your affirmation for your homework. Not necessarily homework, it's actually good for you. Remember the water experience? How we say things and what we say to ourselves, it does have a lot of impact. So if we haven't been kind to ourselves, today is our first day to start with that. Okay. All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Let's think about the 3 words. And after you finish that, maybe share on the chat. Then we can do that together. All right. Is there any question, Lee? Okay.
Nope.
Good.
Thank you.
Go, girl. Let's write it down. And actually, I realized that it's actually also on page 8 in your booklet. It's all about you. I am. It's on page 8. So you can actually stick this piece of paper on the wall. I actually will put that behind the toilet door. So every time I go in the toilet, I remind myself of that. I'll put somewhere that you look at it all the time. And then you're mute.
Well, it's safer for you if I am. White texture, write it on your mirror, Leanne. I've spoken to Alyssa about this. We all have papers everywhere. We have post-it notes. We have shit all over the desks, in the kitchen, anywhere. But if you have a specific mirror that no one uses, write what you want on it. It's your, that's your slate.
Mm.
It's really important. It's really important for you to have that space for you.
Your
I have
own
to
sanctuary.
Yeah.
Good. Adele, are you following, or like was a bit heavy traffic to go through to get to work?
No, it was good. And I was doing the meditation and the breath work while I was going, but not with my eyes closed. Not a good.
Okay.
So yeah, challenging, but no, really, really good.
Yeah. So I actually might get my assistant to clock that recording into the sound so you guys can listen to it as well. I'll probably combine that with the sound bowl.
Okay.
Yeah. So Adele, are you clear with the homework the homework that the 3 words that you write down? Okay. All right, you guys are wow. I was just looking at the camera, don't even look at the chat. It's like it's all here. Okay, Alicia, I'm compassionate, I'm expansive, I'm hopeful, beautiful. Leanne is like sensitive, centered, and strong. Oh, wow. I'm kind, I'm inclusive, I'm worthy. It's so beautiful, ladies. This is so good. All right. So, as I said, I always challenge you guys. So, Adele, I hope you are not in a glass meeting room today because I'm going to get you to stand up and do something. But it's like, who cares? That's me. All right. All right. So the affirmation is important we say and feel as well. But what more important that we have actually add action to it. Okay. This is not Catherine invention. This is actually the Harvard Business School encourage people to do that, to do the affirmation. All right. What you could do is actually morning and night up to 2 minutes. So what I often work with the ladies is when we do it, when you actually want to feel it, is you put action. Any one of us love dancing here? like to dance, when you hear to music, your body just move. And when your body move, what happened? You experience the word, the song, and you go through that emotion with yourself. Okay, so you can dance as you do your affirmation, but what we're actually saying is we're building that positive neural pathway. So you do the action that you actually could repeat over and over again. Okay, so what make it easy is, who's here actually have done competition, running, athletics? When you run, when you see the athlete runs crossing the line, or then when you watch your kids, when they won a game, what do? Do they just, I'm winning, or I'm winning? This is called a winning pose. We put up our hand as wide as your shoulder, and your hips as wide as your shoulder, and your feet as wide as your shoulder. That is like that one. Even if you are sitting, don't want to stand up anymore, just put up your hand and feel that. What's the difference when we gesture that? Okay, or we like, maybe that's Catherine's like, I'm winning, you know, or you actually feel like, I would need to have some nurturing. Put up your hand. I often, when I pray, I put my hand like this, being nurtured. I see myself as a little baby in front of God and put it close to my heart as I say that I'm kind, I'm worthy for you to experience this. Or like us, we're the superwoman. Do you remember the superwoman pose? Put both of your hands on the side of your hip. I am expansive, Alicia. All right. So are you ready? So maybe we do it collectively. What do you think? Which affirmation we could do it together? I think Anna got the first one. See, I'm not very good at catching the chat as I looking at you all beautiful faces. I would say I'm worthy. How does it feel for you guys? All right. Are you ready? Let's stand up and say 1, 2, 3. We do that. Repeat as long as you like, because I want you to feel it. And until you feel that, then you could stop it and take notice what happened to your body. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. I'm worthy. I'm worthy. And I'm worthy. Okay, if you need to do it, that, or even close your eyes. I'm worthy. I'm worthy. And I'm worthy. Feel the difference. Okay, maybe unmute yourself so everyone can hear your sound and how confident you become as you say that. All right, ready? Still mute. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I'm worthy. I'm worthy. I'm worthy. And I'm worthy. All right. How do you feel as you say that and do that action?
Good.
Amazing, isn't it? Okay. All right. That's what is important for us to do this daily. When you say, I don't feel like it, don't just depend on your feelings. Because if we just allow how we feel, most of us won't get anything done, especially when we're trying to invest into ourselves. And now what would you want to add? Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
I do.
Mm.
One of the things that I find, and one of the things I've learned, is that we cut ourselves short with words. So if you say the word don't, it stops. I'm unable, leaves it open, right? It really is. I know it sounds like you've been doing this for years and you say, I don't want to do this, I can't do that, whatever, right? It actually cuts you. It cuts the air, right? My little grandson says, I can do it. And he says it exactly like that. So I know that he can do it. That's it, done. I'm not, all right? So it's amazing how much power we give the negative words, because I don't is a negative. I can't is a negative. If you think you can't, you start, your body goes, oh, why should I? It's really crazy shit I've learned over last year, even though I've used words in power for work and you know, when I speak to people, it's still amazing how I find something new every day. So try and use different words, guys. I know it's not in your vocab, but simple changes like that help the heart. They really do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. So what that one exercise is actually, this is our first pillar of our model, radiance, the beauty inside out. A lot of us ladies in the past is like, oh, if I don't put makeup on, I can't go out. If I don't feel I'm looking good, I don't go out. Okay. It's just like, even Anna and myself, we don't put makeup on. We just get out because we feel good within ourselves. So what we're doing today is we start with our body, with the action, and with our soul, knowing inside us that we are confident. And if you don't feel any confident, borrow from us until you feel that. And in our spirit, knowing that we are worthy. How beautiful is that? There's 3 subcontinent is like, with the pillar, the subpillar, the body, the soul, and spirit, that you truly experience the radiance. In the past, I call it investment. I encourage the ladies, not just invest into material stuff, invest to ourselves, and you definitely will feel expensive. All right. So this is actually your homework for today and continues in the next few days. As I said, you'll be amazed in the morning when you have 5 to 10 minutes morning ritual for yourself, how different your day would be, how different your weeks, your months would be as we build on doing this investment. All right. Last but not least, remember, share in the group about your biggest takeaway today and share with other people, because there are some other people watching on replay as well, about the 3 words that you are using. Okay. Maybe do a live in the group to share with others. What's your power pose? So you actually can feel it as you say it, meant it, and feel it. And take note of the difference that you have. And what more important tomorrow is, I'm going to help you to break the train, the bondages that have been holding you back. Because I can see that all of you are so strong. Okay. But there's getting especially like we like to talk about the glass ceiling when we get to our career or business. To a certain level, we feel like there's something holding us back. Do you think it's really other people holding you back? Or actually maybe it is us? So I'm going to share that tomorrow. But is it valuable today, what you have learned or what you have, practicing again? Good. Anyone feel, sorry, like if anyone need to go, I know I've run over time, 10 minutes, but anyone feel called to share what you have experienced today? Yes, Lee?
Just take time to breathe. Really is important.
Beautiful.
It's
Mhm.
Yeah.
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 We don't take time to do that most of the time
no.
because you're getting up and you're running
Yeah.
day to day, every day. It doesn't matter what day of the week. It's always run, go.
Could you imagine if you started pausing, your family starts to pause.
Mhm.
They start to breathe. They start to,
Yep.
right? So it's really, really amazing when you think about it. We are the neck of the family. So wherever the neck goes,
Mhm.
the family goes. Doesn't matter, you can control that, Lee. I look after my grandchildren and my daughter who's quite ill. And on top of working and what have you. And yeah, I'm trying to get my grandkids, they go in the direction I choose. They have to. But I'm not in a hurry anymore. I'm not in a hurry. So, and the kids know that. That's why they come in and out of my room while I'm talking to you to use my toilet. Because my toilet is the best cave they have.
Yep.
Yep. Mommy. Exactly. We're the neck of the family.
Yeah.
Whether you have a partner or not, we turn them which direction to go, that we have the influence.
And how we want them to go. If you're always in the mood, if you're always rushing, something gets missed. Something gets missed. Right?
Yeah.
In
Exactly.
life, you've got to slow down you know, like I'm 57 this year, and I have to say I'm much, you know, if you go back to when I first started, I was like, yeah, bang, you know, got to move, have got time, da da da. Now it's, yeah, eventually I even put my dress on inside out. That's how relaxed I am.
We couldn't tell, Anna, but
What can you
anyway,
say?
you have nothing to hide.
I don't care. Like it's just a dress.
Right. I think moms go into overdrive at a very
Yeah.
early age, and
Yeah.
you don't even have to be a mom. Just women tend to go into overdrive and fix things and want to make things perfect or and to the best of their ability. But it was funny because the first time I allowed myself to take a nap after my sons were grown, it was like, it's okay. It's okay to do this, you know,
Exactly.
but you didn't,
Right.
you had to give yourself that break. And it took a long time for me to understand it's okay to take a nap. It's okay to go to bed early. It's okay to eat what you want. It's okay, you know, or to go on that drive you want. It just took a long time for me to
Yeah.
be okay with me doing it and
You
making
don't
those
need
decisions.
permission.
Nope, not at all. And it just took a long time because you're always doing things for everyone else and never putting yourself first.
Mm.
But,
As you grow spiritually, as you grow,
oh
your
yeah.
body turns around and says, sleep.
Mm.
I've wanted to continue doing stuff, and in the end I've gone, you know, I'm not arguing with this. I'm just going to sleep. And as your energies get stronger and you start filling yourself up with love, because that's what it is, right? It's okay
Mm.
for you to do those things. It's okay
Yep.
for us to say, I'm really not in the mood to do that, but I'd love to do that another day.
Right.
And you reminded me about being relaxed. When I was in university and I was feeling so good. I remember one time I showed up to school and it's a 30-minute drive. It's not right around the corner. I was walking up the hill to my class and I was like, why am I feeling so lopsided? I had 2 different shoes on.
Done that. I've actually done that when I was running a help desk, a technical help desk. I've gone in with 2 different, same type of shoes, 2 different colors. I've
Okay.
walked in with my t-shirt inside out, because this is what happens when you are running.
Yeah.
You become exhausted. However, I learned a lesson and I got my shoes ready that I wanted to wear the next day. So it was from then on, I learned a lesson. My shoes were there at the door, but I had to take time to remember to put that over there. So it became a habit.
Yeah.
So yeah. Our men
Bye,
don't do
Adele.
that.
Yep, walk. I'll see you tomorrow.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Adele. Yeah. Yeah. So it's easy for us. It's actually for us. It's much easier for us to take the burden on for everything because it's too hard to sit down and explain it. Right now,
Just let me to do it.
yeah.
Then you can explain.
Now I just don't. I said, this is what I need doing. Find a way. You'll learn from that. Find a way, because I had to find a way. Nobody told me. Nobody taught me in that way. My mum showed me how to clean a house, how to do the stuff for the family, whatever. My job, I had nobody teaching me. I learned as I went.
Mm.
So if I waited for other people to do my shit, it would never get done. But that is me. That's not, and I look back and I go, I've been a really good teacher. I've been training people. I've got people who run their own companies now. I'm happy with what I've done.
Mm.
But I've done it for other people, not me.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the change. That's the difference.
Beautiful. All right. So I'll see you ladies tomorrow night, tomorrow morning, or tomorrow afternoon.
Sweetie,
All
I'll
right.
call you. I'll call you as soon as I sort out the kids.
Yep. So don't forget your homework. Take care. Bye.
Bye.